Today we're going to be making an old-fashioned Southern caramel pecan pound cake. Oh my gosh, it's so delicious. Let's get started. We are now going to preheat our oven to 325 degrees. Okay, the first thing we're going to do is we're going to crack 5 eggs in our bowl. Now when I make a pound cake, I do not separate wet ingredients from dry ingredients. Oh, that looked like a little shell, but it was not. It's a little piece of paper. Whenever I'm making a pound cake, I know a lot of people separate everything there. I just cream everything first, and then I add the flour. I need a towel. So now we have got our 5 eggs in. We're going to put in 1/2 cup of shortening. I use Crisco, but you can use whatever you have on hand. 1 cup of granulated sugar. 2 1/3 cups of brown sugar. 2 1/3 cups. 1 cup of milk. Now we are going to put in 2 sticks. I'm gonna let my dog in. Okay, so now we're going to put in 2 sticks, which is 1 cup of softened room temperature butter. I use unsalted. Some people use only salted. I use unsalted. But honestly, you can use whatever you have on hand. If you have salted, you just won't put any salt in here. Okay. Now we're going to put in 3 teaspoons of vanilla extract. And now we're going to put in 1/2 teaspoon of baking powder. And now we're going to put in 1/2 teaspoon of salt. Now we're going to take our mixer. We're going to take our mixer and just start beating it. We need 1 cup of chopped pecans. I'm going to chop my pecans. I didn't get a chance to do that. I had to run to the store and get some pecans. Even though I have tons of pecans in my freezer, I just hadn't gotten around to cracking them. Isn't that lazy? So what I do is to just take my nuts. I'll set this aside. I put them in a bag. And I don't seal them all the way, but I seal them where they good enough where they won't come out, but the air will still be in the bag a little bit, where it kind of lays flat. And then I just start beating. They're good. We're going to take our all-purpose flour. This is 3 cups. We're going to take out 2 tablespoons and just put right in this bag. And then we're just going to kind of get these all coated. And then when we put them in the cake, they won't sink to the bottom. Okay, there's our nuts. We'll do that in just a minute. So now we're going to add our flour to our wet mixture. And now we're just going to scrape the sides of the bowl. We don't want to beat it too long. We don't want the batter to get tough, and our pound cake will be kind of dry and tough. Now I love a high density cake. Some people don't, not a dry, but a very moist, high density cake. I really like that. And I think shortening and butter bring that to a cake. Do one more round. Now let's just pour in our nuts. And we're just gonna fold it right in. Gonna fold it in till we don't see any more flour. Okay, now we're gonna let this set for about 10 minutes and I'm gonna straighten up. I always like my cake batter to sit for a few minutes, and I'm gonna go ahead and straighten up some of this because I don't like to work in a mess. And then we're gonna get out our pan, we're gonna grease it, and then we're gonna get it into our oven. Okay, I got my little space here cleaned up a little bit. Now we're going to spray our 18-inch bundt cake pan. Now we're just going to pour in our cake batter. Then we're going to get it into our 325-degree preheated oven. And we're not going to peek. It will be ready in 1 hour and 30 minutes. Let's check on our pound cake and see if it is ready. Look at that. Oh my goodness. I'm trying to decide if I want to put a little drizzle on it or if I just want to leave it plain. Oh my goodness. It's got to cool for a little while. We're going to let it cool for about 10 minutes. I have to run to the post office. I sold some eBay today. You know, I'm an eBay seller. So I need to take it to the post office, and then we're gonna come back and this will be cool. Looks so good, y'all. Pound cake is so wonderful. We could put a little caramel drizzle on it if we wanted to, or we can just have it plain. I'm trying to decide. I'll decide by the time I get back. So what would you do? Leave a comment below. Let me know if you would put a drizzle on it or if you would just leave it as is. I think I'm gonna drizzle it. This is our caramel nut pound cake, and I am going to drizzle it. I think I have some caramel that is in a jar, and I think I'm gonna drizzle it with that. I have this salted caramel topping, and I had opened it the other day, and I want to use it up. So I am going to heat it up just a little bit in the microwave, and we are going to drizzle this cake. Y'all, it's gonna be so good. So let me heat this up. Okay, I have these nuts that I had left crushed up a while ago. We're just gonna throw these right on top. They're wanting to fall on the floor, but they will adhere to that caramel. There we go. This is our Southern Caramel Nut Pound Cake. It looks beautiful. I can't wait to try it. I'm not even going to clean up the sides. You know why? Because we're going to eat it. I think it's beautiful. Let's cut this pound cake. Doesn't that look good? Oh, you hear those nuts? Well, you might not can, but oh my goodness. Look at that. Look at this pound cake. You got that. It's so moist, y'all. It's just so moist. Pound cake with shortening and butter, brown sugar. Oh my gosh. I can't wait. This is beyond words. You gotta make this pound cake. Those pecans, Pecans, however you say it. I lived in Colorado for 21 years. I learned how to say pecans. Come down here, back home, we say pecans. So, oh my gosh. Now this is so moist. One of the best pound cakes I've ever made. Go, make this pound cake, enjoy it. Make it for Easter. Make it for your birthday. It's delicious. Go, have a wonderful, wonderful day.